So tonight's original now with in-depth reporting on a topic we've been watching. And tonight it's the latest battleground for American culture wars, a Florida college. Governor Ron DeSantis, the Republican governor in that state, making headlines for months now with this ambitious education agenda targeting what he and some describe as quote unquote wokeness in schools. Well, now the governor's going one step further, attempting to do what critics describe as a conservative takeover of a small public liberal arts college in Sarasota. NBC's Maura Barrett has the story.
At the new College of Florida's recent student meeting with new board members.
Article 3 is titled religious. Should we, let's go to another person. I want to make sure that we get as many people as possible, but I'm happy to answer your question.
Tensions are running high as a student asked a follow-up question. Governor Ron DeSantis recently replaced 6 of the board's 13 members in an apparent bid to transform this intimate 700-person liberal arts college into what Florida's Commissioner of Education has touted as a Hillsdale of the South, referring to a private Christian university with explicit conservative views.
One of the things that makes teaching at New College a real privilege is that our students want to take risks.
New College's more flexible learning style and tight-knit LGBTQ-friendly community drew in second-year student Sam Scharf.
We came to New College for a reason, and they're trying to take that from us.
One of the new board members, Chris Rufo, told a New York Times columnist the board has plans to conduct a top-down restructuring and design a new core curriculum from scratch, including scrapping diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives.
You've called the instatement of the new board and what you're looking to do as a hostile takeover of the college. Why is the word hostile necessary?
Sure. I mean, it's a fact. Just here today, some anonymous activists sent a death threat to my fellow trustee, Eddie Spear.
Rufo told us the governor's, quote, political genius will be the new board's guiding light.
Anytime that you have a vision for transforming an institution, there will be conflict. I want to be very open and honest about that and transparent in the process. But beyond that conflict, I think, is academic excellence. It's world-class research.
Meanwhile, the governor's recent legislation restricting how lessons on race and gender are taught are currently blocked from being enforced in schools. A federal judge calling the policy positively dystopian.
What do you make of something that your efforts are surrounding as being described as dystopian?
Yeah, I obviously disagree. But what I would say is this. I've exposed in my reporting so many instances of kind of vicious racialist ideology, left-wing political activism under the guise of so-called anti-bias training or DEI programming. And we're going to say left-wing political ideologies are no longer going to be administrative best practices. And that's not to say that right-wing political ideologies are going to be. We want to have a balanced system. We want to have more voices, more freedom, more expression, more robust exchange of ideas.
NBC News reached out to Governor DeSantis' office for comment, but have not heard back. It's a lot of attention for a state school on Florida's coast.
They targeted us first because we're a small school with a predominantly LGBT body, and a lot of other marginalized peoples go here.
Some students and faculty believe it's the governor's latest attempt to stoke national political tensions.
We very much do feel like political pawns in the greater culture war and our governor's national political ambitions and Rufo's careerist ambitions.
Politics shouldn't really be playing a big role in our education. What happens here is going to have implications for public colleges and private colleges and universities across the country,
leaving many students anxious and threatened about what could come next.
Maura is joining us now. And Maura, you heard some of those students describe themselves, they see as like sort of pawns in this whole thing. If that is a pervasive feeling, students could just choose to not attend, right? I mean, this is something that could affect enrollment. It could affect tuition for the school. It could affect the school's reputation, et cetera.
It could affect what the school looks like going forward in years to come, right, Hallie? And I think what's important to acknowledge is that both students and faculty did say to us, we understand that being part of a public education system means that state oversight comes with the territory. They get that. That's part of how it works. The bigger picture issue here for them is that it feels like the political additive into what they're seeing at school could influence the overall picture of public education in Florida. And then when you tie in the factor of the potential potential of Governor DeSantis running for president in 2024. That's why they feel this role of being a pawn. And when I asked Trustee Rufo, one of the new board members, about that concern, about these worries from students and faculty, he all but said, too bad. He pointed back to the fact that Florida citizens elected the governor, who then appoints the trustees, and they then get to make the decisions about the school. He said that he and his colleagues are agents of the democratic process, and he didn't acknowledge students' worries about their overall implications on their education or what this could indicate about national politics. Hallie?
Maura Barrett, thank you very much for that reporting. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.